Hey guys, it's Virginia Schmidt from Divinity School coming at you from Double Dock Ranch here in Cody, Wyoming, where I grew up. And you can see how red the sun is back there and how smoky it is. Can't really see the mountains again. So I just wanted to check in with you guys here, see how you were doing on this fine evening. And a friend of mine, Claire, my dear friend Claire, brought up something today that I thought was pretty poignant and that I've been thinking about, and it's something that Byron Katie says, for those of you who know and love Byron Katie out there. And I haven't dove in deep enough to Byron Katie, but I certainly am going to. But I remember, and I heard someone else talk about the same question. So, of course, this is only a question that we can ask ourselves when we come to the present moment, when we come to presence, when we come to the now. Without that, we're caught up, we're running unconsciously on whatever programs we already have set up in our subconscious and everything. Without asking this question, we can't get the answer, right? It's like without becoming present, we can't arrive at exactly where we are. So the question that you can ask yourself in those moments that you come back to presence today, in those moments that you come back to I am, that you come back to breathing into your heart center, that you come back to infinity breath, that you come back to spherical breathing, inhaling, pulling everything into you as if your core is a ball, exhaling, breathing everything out. In those moments, you can take a moment to observe whatever narrative was maybe going on before you stopped, wherever you were running, and you can ask yourself, this is the question, is that true? Is this true? And you can think of it as little t, is it relatively, is that even relatively true? Like if I stop, become present, and actually observe this situation a little bit more, detach from it, realize that I am the observer, I'm not caught in this situation. Maybe we can even realize it's not even little t true, as in, here's the story about someone hating me. Here's a story about someone thinking I'm not worthy. Here's a story about how because I did this, I believe I'm not worthy. And we can maybe stop and realize wow, that's not even relatively true. That's not even little t true. But what else I like is that we can measure anything in this moment, anything that we become conscious of, anything that we're questioning by, is this capital T true? And capital T true is love. That's what's eternally true. That's what perspective, what lens, what outlook, what vibration of anything is eternally true. So if we want to ask ourselves, is this true? It's like asking, am I looking at this through the heart? Am I looking at this through eyes, vibrations, frequencies, lenses, perspectives of love? Am I looking at this lovingly? Am I looking at this compassionately? Am I looking at this in eternal terms? If God is love, am I looking at this how God would see this? And this is that's when you know it's capital T true. And so, yeah, just that question, is this true? Is this even relatively true? Is this capital T true? And the other thing that I love about this is we can start programming our subconscious or start coming to things that we want to be true, and also and planting those seeds for everything to run on that. So for instance, some affirmations that are always true for me, and how, if this were true for me, how would I act, right? So this is very Neville Goddard, The Secret in general, acting as if you already have that thing, acting as if this is already true for you, getting these truths deep down in there so that's rather than running on programs of, I'm unworthy, where you're stopping to having to ask yourself, is that true? And it's like, no, that's not true. Running on programs like the best is always coming to me. My divine destiny flows easily and fruitfully to me now. I am happy. I am peaceful. I am lovable. I am loving. I am worth loving. I am lovely. I am a lover, And like, okay, because for instance, if I am running, and is that capital T true? Like, I am worth loving? Yes. And if what am I going to show up like in this physical world if I'm not only conscious of, but have gotten it deep down there into my subconscious because I've returned to it enough times that I am worthy of love unconditionally, no matter what, right? Like, imagine what, how different that is. Is this true? Whatever's true for you is how you're going to show up and act in the world. Like, it is our beliefs that determine our actions. And so, again, the more we come back to this, it's all really about becoming conscious and becoming aware. Because if we're not even conscious or aware at all, if we're not coming back to the present, if we're not being able to practice being the observer, we're just like running on assuming that whatever is going on is true. And hopefully we're assuming based on truths like I am unconditionally worthy of love. But, the way things are in society, generally unexamined and unconscious, most of us are, I sure know I was running on programs more like, I'm not worthy of love unless I can make everyone happy. I'm not worthy of love unless I can measurably achieve the best at something, rather than programs of, the more I'm myself, the more love I receive. The more I'm myself, the more love I receive. I am always perfectly worthy of love. I am love in every moment. So what are you guys questioning today? Like, what's true for you? What do you want to be true for you? Capital T or relatively T true, like a relative T truth for me is like, I'm a successful author. I support myself and others by sharing the truth of our divinity and practical ways to access of it. Like, those are relative little T truths for me. Like, a capital T truth is I am peaceful, poised, loving, and abundant. I am love, or just I am. And in that I amness, I am perfectly whole. So I'd love to hear some capital T truths or relative T truths that you guys want to be true for you, or places where you're stopping, like beautiful moments where you're stopping and realizing, like, is that true? Hey, that's not true. And also, I'm observing this. Like, not only is this not true, but like a second ago, I actually thought that was me, like that situation or that thought and this feeling. Now I've not only realized, like, I'm observing it, so that's not me, but also that's not even true. And just can be really empowering. And then you can start to ask, what is eternally true? What is eternally true? Love. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Signing off. Have a beautiful evening.